Can you believe I got mocked for playing video games in school and now it's just like the accepted pastime, right? I got so much shit for that.
That's weird because in my school, video games were quite normalized. Was it just your school, maybe?
Did you?
No, I got rinsed in my school as well.
Okay,
Unless you're
British.
playing FIFA
or
COD,
which I was, and I still got rinsed.
What? Like, I would be sitting in my room in university playing some RPG, hoping that nobody opens the door to discover the fact that I was playing JRPGs or any other kind of
I think
video
if I
game.
came out saying that I was a massive JRPG fan, where I was, playing Persona 3 or something, then I probably would have gotten beaten up as well.
Yeah.
But
I got so much shit for playing RuneScape, and I still, to this day, I think I love RuneScape. I remember some videos popped up in my recommended recently, and I had a great time watching them.
because in my school, I think my group of friends, we were more so than not, I guess, like the nerdy group of friends.
Yeah, I was too.
So a lot of my friends from high school got me into games like RuneScape, like StarCraft, other just like LAN games like Civilization, those games back in the day. But when it came to anime, I think I had a really tough time because I was literally the only Asian kid in my school.
Same here. I was the only Asian kid in my school
with like
as well.
any amount of Asian blood. Like I'm not even like full blood Asian, but it's just like, oh, this boy's a little bit Oriental, isn't he? Ooh. He eats rice. What the hell? Yeah. So I think I was a closet anime fan for, I want to say like majority of my high school life. But then my group of friends who got me into like StarCraft and RuneScape, I was like, okay, you guys are nerdy enough. Maybe I can try and convince them to watch something. And I convinced one of my friends to watch Ava.
Oh.
So I was like, okay.
Why Ava?
Yeah,
that's not really the gateway anime I would think of.
I don't know. Maybe because I was recently rewatching Ava.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, this is probably normy enough.
No.
That they can maybe get into it.
Recommending Ava as someone's first anime, that could go one of two ways.
Yeah.
And there's going to be no middle ground.
No.
Either he's going to think this is amazing and he's a fan for life.
But the thing is, I didn't want to get them into like Naruto or One Piece or Dragon Ball to start with, because we all know if your gateway anime is One Piece, Naruto, or Dragon Ball, that's all you're going to be talking about for the rest of your career. So
hey man, I don't know, man. I mean, I got in through Naruto. But I mean, I remember the point when
you got out.
I got out. There was the point when I would only watch Shonen, and I know exactly the exact phase you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then you figure out that there's other things outside of Shonen that are pretty cool in this medium, and some people, I guess, just never figure that out.
I feel like Naruto fans are like the British with food. It's like, no. Potatoes is all we need. Spice?
Yeah, what is it about? Like, it's not obviously not all shonen fans, but a lot of shonen fans who are, as you said, like get into say Naruto and then just exclusively talk about Naruto. It's like, what is it? I want to know what their mentality is, right, with anime, where it's like, do they just think that everything that's not Naruto is just hentai? Like, there's like, no, there's no in between. It's either shonen or just like straight up R18 shit. Like,
well, they're like, what is this high school romance shit? I don't want to feel. I want to feel one emotion, and that's hype. And
shoujo? Is that a type of shonen?
It must be the thing of like, I get it, because it's hype as fuck, but they just must want hype their whole life.
Yeah.
Like,
just being like a crack addict, right? Like you only want to feel that high you get from crack.
It's like steroids.
Just
for the
same
eyes,
people who are like, yo, E3, it was crazy this year. every game. I'm hyped for every game, and then they don't play any of them. They play like the next Modern Warfare.
Yeah, but then the moment there's like a bad news article about the game that just came out in E3, they're like, yeah, I knew it was shit the whole time. Yeah, no, so like my anime friend, so there was a group of them. It was like me and maybe like I'd say like 6 or 7 guys who I used to like really, really closely hang out with in high school. And I got one of my friends who got me into like StarCraft. I got him to watch Ava. And I wanted to try that just with one person. I didn't want to like bring in a whole group of people into
Hey guys, group viewing.
So I kind of was just like, eeny, meeny, okay, you watch Ava. And he was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And he was kind of meh about it at first.
I like anime, and I was like at points like kind of like,
and that was the moment where I was like, oh, gateway anime are important. And Ava is not that.
Always Death Note. You can never go wrong with Death Note.
Yeah, so I think that one friend, he watched Ava, and then he eventually found Death Note.
Yeah.
And and One Piece, and those were like the 2 shows that he heavily got into. So I was like, okay, then maybe I can try it out with the other boys. hey, watch Death Note, watch One
The
Piece.
other boys.
There
There was boys before us. Joey, what do you mean?
These are the OG boys. Do you know what the name of our like? This is gonna be really cringy, but we had like a group name.
What was the name, Joey?
It was we were called HBK because we were. Did you guys ever play handball in school?
No.
I think that's an Australian thing.
I think that's an Australian thing. So in Australian schools we play handball, but not like the Olympic sport handball, like school grounds handball.
Okay.
But usually most kids in Australia stop playing handball by around like 6th grade.
Right.
So it's very rarely you go into middle school or
Where are
high
you
school
going with
and
this
play
story?
handball. We played handball all the way until high school graduation, and we were
Right.
the only ones. And so from nowhere, we were called HBK, which is the handball crew. And we were
Crew with a K,
Crew with
of
a K.
course.
And it's not like and it was just out of nowhere. One day, just the other boys in our year just saw us playing handball, and they were like HBK. And we're like, what the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? And then we later found out it meant handball crew. And normal people would be like, oh, that's fucking cringy.
Yeah.
But we were like, handball crew. Hell yeah.
I think handball is something I've only heard Australians play in their school. Because
Oh, yeah.
I've seen handball in the Olympics and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't, when we had like a British team, I'm like, when did they play that?
I know, right?
But it's
What they
completely
learn
different to the Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
So when I saw handball, because I'd always known handball as that thing that you play in school, where it's like 4 white squares and you kind of like
yeah.
It's basically just tennis but with your hand.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and a
Okay.
tennis ball and in really confined space. So when I saw handball, the Olympic sport, I was like, what the fuck is this? This isn't handball.
No, it's really interesting to hear you say, going back to the anime conversation that we were having, because I didn't even make my first anime friend till I started YouTube.
Yeah,
like,
same.
and
Really?
that was
Same.
years after I started YouTube.
Oh,
so
wow.
I didn't start talking to other people who liked anime until the age of the internet, where I literally started talking to other people who reviewed anime.
right.
Because back when I was in school, and especially when I was in university, I did everything I could to keep it under wraps. Like this,
Even in uni?
even in uni,
Really?
it was like top secret, confidential. If you find this out, I'm gonna change my identity or something like that.
I remember someone walked into my room of me watching No Game No Life in university, and it was the moment of like, how do I explain what's going on here? Because it's one of the bad scenes as well. I'm like,
Yeah.